Millisecond. Obviously, you're all subscribed to Speedcubing TV, and obviously, you're all watching the Millisecond podcast with Dylan Miller and Chris Mills. Do you see what they've done there with the name? Wonderful stuff. We love it. We support it. The Millisecond podcast. They were talking about China and the domination of China in the top 100. Okay, so I think this is about where it starts.
I'm hoping to break the curse leading up to New Zealand Nationals later this year.
Skipped back a bit.
You know, I'm just chilling. I got a trip to Oz coming up end of this week and leading into Oznats.
That's in the past.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, what's been happening this week, really? I don't think too much has happened over the weekend.
Yeah, not too much has been happening current events-wise. The biggest thing, though, is that Timon is officially kicked out of the top 100 results. It's now held exclusively by China.
So that is essentially the headline. That is what we're looking at.
Yihang has 77 of the top 100 results. Xuanyi has 21, and then Yufeng has 2 of the spots.
So... I need to just kind of understand the scale of this. And I'm going to go look at the scale of it in a second. So all the top 100 average results in the WCA are now held by 3 people. And one of those 3 people has 77 of those results. What? Where am I going to find this? I'm going to find it. No, not records. It'll be in rankings. Hey, so rankings 3x3 average results. Here we are. Here we are. Look at that. Look at just that unstoppable sea of red there. That is quite the thing, isn't it? And it's just Yihang all the way down until 25. And then there's my man, Xuanyi. He's my boy. Xuanyi gang with the 427. That is really remarkable. So Timon Kolezhinsky is no longer in the top 100 results. Absolutely incredible. What have they got to say about
100.
it?
So WR4 average is not even in the top 100. So that just goes to show the dominance coming from China right now. Do you have any?
My brain's very small. Regular viewers of the show will know my brain is like a little walnut sitting on top of a spinal column. Okay, I'm struggling with what was just said there. WR4. 4.67. 67. Let's go. 6-7 in the chat, everyone. Thank you, Timon, for that. It's 4th in the world. So he's the 4th fastest person. But the 4th fastest person's result is not in the top 100 results. That's what a strange situation. Do we have another example of anything like this? Like, what about 2x2 by results? It's very mixed. Very mixy. 4x4. Very mixed. There's a lot of Germany in there, though, isn't there? Also Sebastian Wehr, of course. Doi. Pretty mixed. Although there's not that many names, actually, in the top 100 of 4x4. There's a lot of Max. There's a lot of Timon. There's a lot of Sebastian Wehr. But, like, how unusual is that? It seems very unusual. 3 names. I'd love to... Whoever did that, whoever worked that out... Oh, dang it, I was showing the wrong screen. Sorry. Hey, Harry. Yes, we were looking at your video. That's all right. You can jump back in the stream and watch it. I'll do it. There'll be a clip as well. So, yeah, I was saying... Because I forgot to watch it on stream. Sorry. Oh, this is going to be a really hard one to edit now. I'm actually going to have to do editing. Right. So, look. Yihang, Xuanyi, That's all that's in here. Top 100. It's all China. But then if you go to 2x2, very, very much more mixed up. Obviously, a lot of Yihang. There's Roman, look. But a lot more mixed in terms of region and names. But then it's 4x4 is interesting because there's only really 3 names in there until that's a tough name to say, isn't it? Do Quang Hong from Vietnam. Okay, so it does start to change further down. Vera says US takes most of square one, huh? That doesn't really interest me. It's a weird event for weirdos. Oh gosh, yeah, right. Okay. Oh, hello. Who's this little troublemaker? David Epstein. Making it look untidy in there. Alessandro Ricci from Italy. Nice. There's the Europeans. Causing some trouble there. And here we are. Here's where it starts to get mixed up. But yeah, it is truly remarkable. Let's see what these guys have to say about it.
Thoughts on that?
Thoughts on that, Chris?
As you just said, WR4 not top 100 in top 100 3x3 average results. We're pretty sure this has never happened ever in the history of speedcubing, where it's been this dominant at the top level, and it's probably definitely never happened where everyone's been from the same country as well in any event, let alone just 3x3.
That part is definitely wild. We've got it close to that in Squanch. If it weren't for our mate David causing trouble here. So who needs to smash some more results? Samir needs to just crush like another 10. Like another 10 4 point. Maybe if you don't have I notice you don't have a 4.67. That's disappointing. So maybe Samir, if you can crush out a few more 6.7s, 4 6.7s, that would be ideal. James is suggesting I look at 4 blind. Yeah, there he is. Stanley Chapel. 20 seconds ahead of everyone. If you look at it by persons. Yeah, that's the one we know from StuCube's video. Oosh. So yeah, 4 blind is definitely a thing. Harry, I didn't though. What you will find out is that I absolutely did not school you in English. I tried to because I think I misunderstood what you were saying. And then the chat schooled me for trying to school you. So I did retract my nonsense. Oh, I'm so sorry I'm like this, everyone. I'm so sorry I'm like this. What else are these guys saying?
No, it's ridiculous. Like, China is so ahead of the game. Like, obviously, Timon got 3rd at Worlds. But likely Yufeng Du wasn't there, you know? If Yufeng was there, it's very likely he could have taken the 3rd place spot. Even Zhu Hang, like, he wasn't there too. So he could have beat Timon. We don't know. So Timon's like holding on for dear life, like trying to stay competitive in 3x3. But it's so hard when you've got people like what we're watching right now. This is Yihang. He got a 4.16 mean of 3 rounds. I think this is from one of his comps of a WR.
4.16 mean of 3 rounds. I'm glad it's not just me. That's finding this ridiculous. Like, even if Chris is blown away, then it's genuinely something else. James is saying that's on average too. Single is actually unhinged. Are you talking about 3x3 on the single? Or are you talking about 4 blind still? 4 blind, single. Okay, yeah, there you go. Hey, wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh, 3. Ryan. Troublemaker. Okay, nah, it's still more than 3 names. I don't think there's another example. I can't find, or I haven't found today, another example of there being only 3 names in the top 100. There's a little mission for you, chat. Can you find another example where there's only 3 names in the top 100 averages? Look at this guy. Sebastian Lee just holding out the top spot here. Ling Kun just right behind. Ayo, Jasper Murray. I know that guy. What are we gonna?
That
What are we
means
doing
he's
about that? What are we doing about that? What do we do about that? What can we do about that? What can we do? Can we do anything about that? Is it? There is a case to say that 3x3 is cooked for countries other than China. There is a case for that. What was the podium at Worlds again? What was the podium at Worlds again? Someone will remember it in chat before I've got time to look it up. World Championship 25. Can you type this in the chat before I can find it on the WCA website? Come on now. Oh, of course, Yihang, Zhuanyi, Timon. So when Chris says Timon's hanging on for dear life, I guess that's what he's saying, hey. I guess that's what they're saying there. That in that sense he's hanging on for dear life. I wanted Zhuanyi to get that one.
Average of a whole competition's worth of averages is 4.16. Okay, and what's Timon's ER average? 467?
Yeah, I think so.
So Yihang's average comp result is like half a second better than Timon. And then Zhuanyi, one of the biggest results over the weekend, Zhuanyi got a 4.47 mean of 3 rounds. So that is better than Timon's
That's diabolical.
ER average by 0.02. So both these two are really ahead of Timon. Yufeng only a little bit. I think, yeah, like in a matter of time, what's Yufeng's PR? Like 4.5? Maybe it is just Yihang and Zhuanyi having all top 100 results, with Yihang having like 80 of them. Like, it's, I don't know. We're in unprecedented times right now. We've never seen this much domination before. Even when Felix was getting his, like, whatever it was, 14 WR averages in a row, he wasn't this dominant, you know? He still only had those few, like, really good averages, and he wasn't competing as much and wasn't as consistent.
Wow, that's some incredible context coming in now as well from James. 4.16, Yihang's mean of 3 rounds is tied with Felix's PR single. It's actually cooked, hey. And yeah, Yufeng, when he comes through, I think Chris was saying he reckons there'll just be 2 names on that at some point. I can believe that. I can 100% believe that. Hold on. Oh yeah, no, Yufeng's there. Yufeng's there at 86. 60, I beg your pardon. Yufeng's there at 60 with a 449. So it's possible he's only got 2. That's ridiculous. He's only got 2 in that top 100. So how many does Yihang have now? Has it changed? Yihang's got 72. Zhuanyi has got 26. And Yufeng has got 2. That is quite the thing, hey everyone? Quite the thing.
So I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know if you're Timon,
crazy.
What do you do? If you're yourself, what do you do? Like, how do you keep up?
Well, yeah, I mean, with right, it's like he's spreading himself pretty thin across multiple events, right? Just got 4x4 world record average. Of
That's
course,
fair.
Really good at 3x3, but then world champion in 6x6 in 2023. He's been doing a lot, right? And it's really hard if he wants to, I don't know what he really does to actually catch up with these guys.
That is a fair assessment because, Timon, the 4x4 world record, the 5x5. Did he get 4x4? I can't remember. He does a lot of big cube, is what I'm saying. These kids who are dominating 3x3, Zhuanyi, and, well, I mean, That's actually not true for Yihang, because he's got... I mean, he's in 2x2 as well. There's not much between 2x2 and 3x3, and 2x2 is something you can practice very efficiently, very quickly. 4s and 5s take a lot more time to practice, I guess you could say, per solve. But I don't know. Does Timon take his eyes off? Does Timon like zone in on 3x3 for a year or a couple of years heading into Worlds? Does he double down on 3x3? I don't know. Hey, I don't know.
I think the biggest thing is, like, we know his solutions are good. We know his ZB recog is really good. But yeah, he said 3x3 isn't really his main thing. And so putting himself, like, as we see here, 5-5 world champion.
Timon said
average,
that.
like,
wow.
Even if you lock in, like, I think the biggest thing is his turning, and he just posted an 11 TPS solve with ZB, so that's cool. I mean, maybe we're going to see some more higher TPS stuff from Timon going forward, but yeah, you unless you specialize super hard, which we were talking about last time, I don't see a world where he really catches up. And even Yufeng, like we said, has 2 of the top 100 results, but he only does white. Timon is color neutral. Like, you would think, like, he's able.
Wow. Yufeng is only solving on white. Just like me. He's probably inspired by me, honestly. Sounds reasonable. But he's only solving on white, and he's still the only person hassling that top 100.
To get something good on these, like a crazy set or some easy solves or something like that. And no, this guy who just is from China, has coaching since he was young, has no bad habits, except he only does white, somehow is twice sub Timon. So it's actually insane. Yeah, I think it just goes back to the whole coaching is really, really dominant nowadays. If you want to be
coaching is the key.
In the world.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, something interesting about the
coaching is key. This is coming from 2 coaches, so there is a bias to claim there, I suppose. But they're not wrong, though. They're not wrong. That's how we... I think you're right, James. You are right. No one in the West is catching Yihang or Zhuanyi. The person in the West who's going to compete with Zhuanyi and Yihang is probably just picking up a cube for the first time this year, maybe. Or next year. You know, they'll be in the next generation of intensely coached cubers, I think. I think that's the only way any other sort of West or English speaking or countries who are not China, I get it's the only way, like, any other country than China is what I'm trying to say can catch up with China, is by doing what China have done, which is focus on that coaching at the very, very start of their career. James, you are correct. They do have an awful lot of cubers. They do. But it's not just that. Like, they have the population, yes, but they also have structure, which means they have a lot of cubers per head of population as well, I would argue. It's in schools, you know, they've got and I need a source on that unofficial comp of 1,000 people. I'd like to see a source on that, but we're hearing that they've got unofficial competitions with 1,000 people. They're hosting things like GAN SSL. They are an economy that is driving production of certain cubes, like the smart Ivy cube. I don't think many people are buying that outside of China. Why are they buying it in China? Because that's one of the ones they teach in schools, is my understanding. Chang, no Ru coaches. Maybe that's your job, buddy. Maybe you're the Ru coach. Maybe you train your kids to be Ru coaches. I forget if your kids are cubers. I think they are, Chang, from memory. But anyway, that is a remarkable little statistic that I thought was worth having a yap at. And I enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging around for it, everyone. Appreciate it.